The most ancient spiritual text ever written, I think, was the Hermetic principles.
What are some of those theories that have been proven correct?
Ancient theories.
Yeah.
Like the all is mind. And the current theory of consciousness right now is that consciousness does not occur in the brain.
I'll just let you do it, but basically it was lasers with ones and zeros visibly inside of the laser.
I saw this guy. His name is Danny Goler.
Do you have any theories on this?
None. I have no explanation for what the hell it is. The most ancient spiritual text ever written, I think, was the Hermetic principles. And this first principle of Hermeticism was all is mind. The universe is mental. And this is like 3,500 years BC. They were writing this stuff. And the second principle is as above, so below. And man, they had some stuff figured out back then. And I think it's maybe a simulation in that what we think is real is probably not real. Like the separation between atoms makes everything like 99.999% empty space. Like we're just emptiness. And there's so many things. Every new discovery of quantum physics and quantum mechanics is proving one of these ancient wisdom principles right. Every new thing that we figure out, this quantum entanglement or quantum tunneling or this double slit experiment.
What's quantum tunneling?
Quantum tunneling is where like a particle can like appear at another location.
I haven't heard of this one.
And you've heard of quantum entanglement.
Yeah, I've heard of quantum entanglement.
And I understand quantum tunneling almost none.
So quantum entangling for the audience is basically if you split an atom in half, correct me if I'm wrong, right? You split an atom in half, put, A side over here, you put B side over here. Doesn't matter what the difference is. You could have one on fucking Pluto and the other one on the sun. And if you put a frequency on one, it will mimic the exact same frequency no matter, it could be a centimeter away from it, it could be a galaxy away from it.
Instantly.
It will mimic what side A is doing or side B is doing no matter.
So somehow information travels that distance instantly. No need to use light or anything like that.
They do not appear to be connected, but no matter what the distance is, they will mimic each other.
Yeah.
That's quantum entanglement.
And the double slit experiment says that matter isn't really matter until we observe it and look at it. I'm dumbing that down and turning it into a Post-it note, but essentially says something like that, which is like look at Minecraft. My kids played Minecraft growing up, and like they would fly through the Minecraft game and like the mountains wouldn't materialize into the TV until they got closer and closer to them. And then you'd see them like pop up. And reality works the same way, which is unbelievable. And I think we need to acknowledge how little we know. I've studied neuroscience for 12 years now, and we don't even know where memories are stored. We don't know. We don't know how they're made. We don't know what consciousness is. We have no clue of anything about consciousness. We know so little about the brain. There's probably 70% of the brain, like the anatomical structure of the brain, we're not really sure how they work or what they do. So it's okay. I think it should be more okay for a lot of people to admit that we're in our infancy of understanding reality to begin with.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah. I don't know. I think a lot about this all the time. It's like, is any of this real? Are you here? Is this fucking room here?
Yeah.
Is any of this real?
Well, that goes back to the first principle of Hermeticism. The all is mind, mental. And I think that's pretty damn true of like a lot of the things that we see on psychedelics, a lot of the big revelations that people have. And I think a lot of it is like, don't take everything so seriously that you get on mushrooms, that you get from any kind of journey like that. It's like, stop pretending like it's not a game, like it's just a game. And just look at the Bible. The number one most repeating phrase in the Bible is "do not fear." 365 times.
I didn't know that either.
Do not fear or be not afraid, like kind of variations on that theme. 365 times, most common phrase in the Bible.
What was quantum tunneling? We didn't cover that.
I don't know a lot about it, but I know that quantum tunneling proved or went back to the second principle of Hermeticism, which was as above, so below. But quantum tunneling is basically like creating some little wormhole.
Okay.
Somebody else would answer
It's
this
like
way better than me.
manipulation of space and space time or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have to dig into that one.
It's worth a watch. I feel like I'm underprepared for you to ask me that.
Nah, I wasn't
know
planning on
nothing.
talking about anything quantum, but
Me neither.
but I am curious. You had mentioned that these discoveries in the quantum realm are proving ancient theories correct. What are some of those theories that have been proven correct?
The ancient theories,
Yeah.
like the all is mind. So when it comes to consciousness as we know it, there's a couple of lead or amazing guys that are doing research right now. Rupert Sheldrake is one of them. Federico Fagin, man, I wish you would get those guys on the show.
You have contact with them?
I will get you into contact with them. Yeah.
Perfect.
But he wrote a book called Irreducible, and it's talking about our obsession with materialism. So let's say, like, if you wanted to understand why a Chopin classical piece makes you cry or makes people cry, you say, okay, we're going to figure out why this makes people cry. So we're going to go to the symphony hall. We're going to take all of these instruments, chop them into 5 billion pieces, and one at a time put all the pieces of these instruments under a microscope. I'm going to zoom in on the wood. I'm going to zoom in on the strings. And then, somebody's like, oh, shoot, there's music over here with notes written on it. And I'm like, all right, cut the paper up. Cut that piece of paper up and put the paper under the microscope so we can figure out music. Let's zoom into a piece of paper. So we're obsessing over material things, and we're ignoring things that are harder to prove. And you cannot do a lab test to see why music works or why love starts happening. And it's not just neurochemical. So we're really just, our modern day is obsessed with materialism and reductionism. So like, let me take this violin down to one shred of wood. Let me take this entire symphony on a paper and look at one molecule under a microscope. These guys talk a lot about this stuff, man, and it is so profound and beautiful. And the current theory of consciousness right now is that consciousness does not occur in the brain. And I think this was proven a couple months ago, or we had a step towards it a couple months ago. I can't remember the study, but he talks about it. Federico Fagin talks about this, and Rupert Sheldrake, that consciousness is something that comes from outside of our head, and our brain acts like a filter for consciousness. So that when we do things like psychedelic, is really muting and turning down that filter on consciousness.
They talk about this?
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Wow.
I want you to get them on just so I can personally watch the episode.
I'll do everything I can to get them on. That sounds fascinating. On another subject, on the break, we were talking about some laser, and I've heard this too.
Yeah.
I'll just let you do it, but basically it was lasers with ones and zeros visibly inside of the laser.
So let me just set this up. Mm-hmm. So if you bought like a DeWalt laser level at Home Depot and it paints that line across the wall, and then you put something in front of the laser to kind of diffuse it. So you take it from being a really thin laser line and then spread that sucker out so it's like 6 inches wide, big fat line of laser on the wall. And then you get somebody that's on DMT or psychedelics, almost any psychedelic, I think. When you look at that, you can see, number one, you can see through the wall.
You can see through the wall?
You can see through the wall.
Where the laser is, or just through the wall?
Right where the laser is, you can see through the wall. You can even put it on your arm, and the code changes on your arm. If your arm gets in front of where the wall is, the code is completely different.
Are you what?
I didn't believe this. So this was viral on TikTok. Someone stole the TikTok video and reposted it on their X account. I saw this guy. His name is Danny Goler. And he's one of my good friends if you want to have him on.
I'm listening.
I'll put you guys in touch. So I see this video and I'm watching the behavior of the people observing everything to see if they're lying. 'Cause I'm a behavioral expert. I'm looking for deception and lies and all this stuff all the time. They were all truthful. So I called my assistant. I said, get this guy wherever he is, fly him to my house or fly him where we can meet up somewhere. I want to try this out. So we flew to a place. We wound up flying to a place where DMT is not illegal. And we shine this thing on the wall. And I've never done DMT before until this day. And oh my God, that's a whole nother 3-hour podcast. But while you are in the DMT state, you get close to the wall and you can see code that looks kind of like alien writing, like you'd see, and then some that look like kanji, Japanese characters. But the thing is, when you're hallucinating something, like sometimes hallucinations change and warp and modify a little bit. This is permanent, solid. So like, and if you move your head, the code stays in the same place. And if you move the laser on the wall, like you take the laser level and scoot it up, different code reveals itself as the laser is moving.
Wow.
And then you get 2 or 3 people lined up and they all see the same thing. And I have looked into this quite a bit because I thought there's no way this could be true. But the first time I saw it, I wept. I wept. There's a video of me watching it on YouTube. And it was just, you're seeing something, but you're left with no answers. Like the only thing you have coming out of that is like, what the hell did I just see?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it doesn't give you any more knowledge about anything. But the big thing is, why are we seeing code? And where is it coming from? And what is it made of? And why does everyone see the same exact characters if they're all looking at the same place?
Man, that is crazy.
It is bizarre. And if you put your arm in front of it, the code completely changes, but only right where your arm is.
Do you have any theories on this?
None.
Nothing.
Once you see it, like your ability to think that you have shit figured out is gone. It's gone. I have no explanation for what the hell it is. But it's fascinating.
Wow.
And I think this is going to, within our lifetime, if Danny keeps going with this research, we're gonna have a big breakthrough in consciousness understanding of like what the hell it is. But it's beautiful and makes you feel stupid,
Man.
at the same time.
Well, can I mention what you're getting ready to do, or do you want to we keeping that up?
Oh, you can. Yeah, I'm gonna make a video about it. Yeah.
All right. So you're doing the intravenous psychedelic experience that I guess, apparently basically almost nobody has done.
Yeah.
And gonna do some super deep work. Man, I would, no bullshit, I would love to get you back here and just talk about what that experience was like. No matter where you're watching Shawn Ryan Show from, if you get anything out of this, please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, share this everywhere you possibly can. And if you're feeling extra generous, please leave us a review on Apple and Spotify podcasts.